into Strange Ways. Are we up to episode 9? Is that where we're at? I think we're at episode 9.
We've got to be close. I know. I can't say for sure, but
I think it's 9. What we're going to do today is continue with the albums. And Scott wants to torture me, so he's making us do Monster.
Me too.
And I will let Scott take it from here, and this is all his fault, so there you go.
I'm going to take the brunt for this, guys, because I said when me and him was talking, and I think y'all caught it on the last of the last episode. We're going to break the chronological order and try to break the chain of being, well, we know what's next. You know, the viewers that do like us, and thank y'all. Hey, look, I just wanted to take a second. The comments, I will, Rob will, we will get to them. You know, I mean, you will get a response of some kind. It's just sometimes, you know, when things get busy and hectic, it might be a little bit, but I will always go back and check them all. And we appreciate your comments, whether they're good or bad. That's the way it goes. We want real opinions here, okay? So, but anyway, Monster. I wanted to go ahead and get this one out of the way, and a lot of the Monster lovers, and they are out there, you know, I have just drilled this album today more than I have ever drilled it since I had it. I listened to it from front to back, very loud, louder than I should have, and I even went over a little while ago while Rob was finishing up what he needed to do so we could get on here, and we're going to rank our least favorite to favorite songs on this album, just like the rest of them. And it's probably not going to be a pleasant experience for us. I know it's not for me, and I know it's not for him. And even though I'm not speaking for him, but I know how he feels too. But I just wanted y'all to know that I truly have literally tried to shut the biases out with Tommy and Eric in makeup on here and just go strictly for the jugular of the music. I just wanted something to grab me. I don't care if it shook me or not. I was just looking for anything to grab me off of this album. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anything to grab me, but I do like a few songs. I do like songs in order on this album. Now, and this is the only album that I do not know by heart. Literally, I cannot sing you this album like I can the rest of them. I can sing Sonic Boom, dude, but I can't sing this one. And we'll get into it as we're going through the songs, man. I don't want to give all the stuff away now, but I'm just going to tell you what to expect from me anyway. And I just, there's just nothing here, man. I don't understand why, but Rob, take it. Whatever you want to start off, or you want to talk anything about it?
Anybody who's watched this channel knows I absolutely despise this album. I, like you, have never been able to find anything that I can find tolerable enough to give, you know, on a regular basis. And I'm not one who believes that music should grow on you. I think that is the same as saying, well, I don't like this food, but well, just eat it. It'll grow. No, if you got an acquire taste for something, whether it's food or music or whatever, that means it's bad. And that doesn't mean bad to the masses or bad, you know, in general. It's to you, it's bad. Fish tastes like shit to me. And eating like it once a week, I hate all seafood. No. And eating it once a week is not going to change my mind. It's just not. Yeah. You know, I liked fish when I was a kid, but it was fish sticks with tartar sauce. So it wasn't even real fish. No, I just don't. But my point is, if you have to listen to something a lot to be able to appreciate it, it's probably not for you. This just isn't for me. So I have 2 songs on here that I will say are not horrible. So they will be, number 1 and 2, and I'll let anybody decide which is 1 and which is 2. The rest of it I can't put in order because they're all just equally bad. I can try to tell you why each track I don't like, but overall, there's no way I could rank these things because it's a tie for last place with, 98% of the album.
Well, I'm going to tell you, like you just said, I don't want them to think that I have just shit on this thing and not give it a chance. I've had this since it came out, guys. What, 12 years ago? Is that correct?
12, yeah, 2012.
I give it so much of a chance when it came out. And literally when it come out, I give it a lot. And I have purposely, in the last 12 years, put this full album on my flash drive so I would have to listen to the damn thing. I mean, I could have skipped it, but I didn't. I put it on there for a reason. I didn't want to listen to it in order. I just wanted songs to pop up every now and again so I would know, and I wouldn't have to listen to it all at one time. That's fucking horrible, okay? And
yeah.
I put AC/DC's, damn it, what's that? Not the last one, but the one before.
Oh, their modern stuff. I don't know past the Thunderstruck album.
In God We Trust, Rock or Bust. Rock or Bust on there too.
Rock or
because
Bust.
there's 3 songs, 2 songs I really like on there, and 1 song I love. But the rest of it, I just can't grab. And I've put these albums on there for a reason. Because these are bands that I totally worship my whole life. And for the love of God, I want something to grab me. And I know after 12 years, guys, 2014 is when that came out, I think, the AC/DC. If it's not going to happen by now, it's not going to happen. And unfortunately, it may be the last time I ever listen to it, dude, unless somebody else is listening to it, or it just happens. I'm sorry. So,
are you hearing any booms on my side? Not right now, but once in a while, my screens lighten up on my screen because they're shooting. My office here, my studio's in the garage, and the fucking whole neighborhood's shooting off goddamn fireworks. So,
oh no,
if
I'm
you
not,
hear
I'm
some
not
explosion,
it, bro.
Okay, good, okay.
So that's a good thing, I guess.
Yep. Well, I'll let you start it out with the tracks then, I guess, and we'll talk about each one the best we can.
Yeah, man. Okay. All right.
Unless you want to start a ranking, unless you just want to do a rank right away.
Rank them, man. I mean, literally, because even though I don't like this album, I do like songs better than other ones, but that's not saying a hell of a lot right now for me. So I'm just going to say, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They put 12 songs on this damn album. Did you know that? All right.
They should have put 5, maybe.
Okay. My least favorite, guys, and it's not because Eric sings it. It's does he sing it? I know he sings in the beginning. See, I can't even remember if he sings it now. Eat Your Heart Out. That's
not Eric's. That's not Eric's. That is they all do that acapella.
Yeah.
That acapella crap.
Yeah.
And there you can really hear Eric because he's got a good voice for that style of barbershop quartet crap, whatever the hell that is they're trying to do.
But that's
now. Let me ask you a question.
I do not like. Yeah, that I don't like that beginning. I just don't like that.
Okay. So let me ask you. Now that we're live, let me ask you if you can hear this.
Okay. I'm not hearing nothing, bro. Wait a minute, I'm hearing a little bit. But I was hearing it on the video I watched today, though, when I wasn't hearing it last night.
So it must be not coming through on your side, but it comes through on the recording.
If you're hearing it, it's going to be on the video, I think, bro.
Yeah. I just did that beginning acapella crap. It's
Yeah, because you done that.
Okay.
And I didn't even catch it, so it wasn't even like, I bet you thought, man, he's not even responding to that. I didn't even hear it.
Gotcha.
But
Okay. So that's
that's my
your
least
least
favorite.
favorite? All right. Now, is there a reason? Is it just the acapella or is it what?
Yeah, there's a reason, man. I just don't like the song. I don't like how they begin the song. I don't like to me, that's not like Gene and Paul harmonizing. That's just oh God. That's just horrible. The whole
Right.
song, dude, I cannot, I mean, the production and everything, man. I mean, it's not just one thing with this album, man. It's,
Right.
hell, I couldn't even remember even sung the damn song. See how bad that's just fucking horrible. I just listened to it. God.
Oh boy.
Number 12 for me.
Okay. Yep.
I'm
Okay. Well,
already
I'm going to echo that sentiment. I'm going to echo that one because the minute I heard it, I was so goddamn embarrassed and I couldn't believe what the hell I was hearing. But some reason. Oh, kitty. Which one is that?
Alone. This is Callie.
Oh, what a beautiful Callie. What a beautiful cat.
That's my baby.
Wow. Cool. Yeah, I will go the same way with Eat Your Heart Out. It's garbage to me. I mean,
it's cringeworthy.
You can't. Yeah, it's that one is absolutely unlistenable for me.
I agree. So I'm going to, and guys, we're probably not going to take a lot of time between these. I mean, we can come back here and look at it if Rob wants to and do another video on the next one if he wants to. But this one's not going to be a long drawn out video, I don't think.
No.
And it's going to be negative. I don't want to get too harsh, but okay. My number 11 is, and it's not because Tommy sings it. Now I know I got this one fucking right. Out of This World. The Ace copycat all day long. And that plays a part of it, but the song is horrible. This guy cannot sing. I like Ace's voice better than this guy. And I'm telling you. And I love Ace, of course. So I'm not going to sit here. But out of the whole band of Kiss, Ace had the worst voice in the band. Okay? But Tommy has took that crown, in my opinion. I can deal with Eric Singer's voice way better than I can Tommy Thayer's voice. Out of This World, I mean, come on, guys. Why would Jen and Paul do that to him? Because I know they're responsible for it. They've got to be.
Sure it is. They fucking set him up for fail is what they did. As if people weren't pissed off enough that he was looking and acting like Ace. Now he's going to be singing the same type of songs. It was just and I'm going to be in lockstep with you here because my number 11 is going to also be Out of This World.
Good. Because I knew we were going to not be too far off on this one. That's all right. I'm going to go with number 10. Now this is, Eric, All for the Love of Rock and Roll. Now, I don't know if they were trying to pull something with, we got rock and roll in it, rock and roll all night. I know it don't sound like rock and roll all night. I don't even know if it's trying to be an anthem. I don't really know, dude. I can't tell you. I just don't like that style. It sounds like they're really reaching back past their time with some of these lyrics and vocals and, All for the Love of Rock and Roll. That song sounds like they could have done a remake of that from somebody in the 50s or something, dude. I just can't get on board man.
Okay, here's that's not going to be my next one, but you touched on
Okay.
something that that is interesting with going back to lyrics before their time. I think the problem with a lot of the songwriting on this was Kiss trying to be too smart, taken too seriously. These songs, very few are about, you know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And get it, I get it. They're pushing 70 at the time or 60 at the time, but they almost were trying to be that VH1 storyteller type, Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen lyricist type crap, and not for the Eric song, but that's where they were going. I think it's trying to be more more mature, more serious songwriters, and it just didn't work for me. But my next song is going to have to be Freak.
Is that your next one?
I don't understand the goddamn love for this song. It starts out, the verse is okay, but that fucking chorus, and you know, we were just talking in the last video that what song was it where they I Walk Alone, a couple videos ago, off of Carnival of Souls, how we liked at the end the Gene and Paul harmony that had been missing. This album abuses the shit out of it on all of these fucking songs, it seems. And the problem with it is it's so Gene heavy, you can barely hear Paul. And Gene does not have a good chorus voice on his own. Paul has always been responsible, and Eric Carr and Eric Singer, for bringing the actual mid-range to high-end backups. So when it's just Gene coming through on a chorus, it just doesn't work for me. And so the chorus, much like a lot of these songs, ruined any chance I had of liking this song. And it doesn't help that Paul's tagline at the end of every chorus is, "I'm a freak." I don't like what it means, and I'm normally not a lyrical guy, but this is him at 60 plus years old at the time, still crying about his fucking elementary school bullying from having one ear. I mean, Jesus Christ almighty, he's going to revisit this motherfucker on his deathbed. It's unbelievable to me. I don't like whiny, bitchy, complainy Paul. Pity me, Paul. Paul's supposed to be Mr. Positivity, Mr. Romantic, Mr. Rock and Roll, whatever.
Ladies,
And
man,
this
dude.
pity party, this pity party shit, I can't stand it. So there you go.
I'm with you. I got nothing to say. I understand. And another thing I don't understand about this album is what's up with Gene and Paul with the hey and oh yeah.
Yeah.
God.
It's like they took every little nuance that ever made them successful and abused the shit out of it on this album, trying to sound like old Kiss. I noticed that too. It's funny you should say that tonight when I was listening to literally seconds of each song.
Yeah. Why didn't you write Freak and put it on?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, why didn't they write Freak and put it on one of their first 3 albums? That's where that song belonged. Not when you're 70. Like, I understand where he's coming from. I mean, I don't know what all he's talking about, if it's all about his youth and of course he's in Kiss. They got blue-black hair. They're wearing high heels and crazy makeup and stuff. You know, it could be a mixture of all of that. I don't know. You know, but it's got
70 years old, should you still give a shit? You're rich, you're famous, you're in one of the most successful bands on the planet. What do you got to bitch about?
Yay.
Whatever.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, man. Okay. We are on number 12, 11, 10. Number 9, right? All right. Here we go.
Yes.
It's Your Last Chance. Okay. That's my next one. And here we go with Paul. And it's Paul's voice, too, on this one, man, that I can just literally, it reaches out and touches me, man. I can tell they're doing everything they can in the studio to try and help him. And thank God they did, because I would not, definitely wouldn't have wanted nothing to do with this album if they hadn't have done that. But still, you can tell. Stop throwing all of the extra stuff in, the haze, and don't try to hit this note. Sing the song, man. Just sing it. Don't do anything extra. Don't. This is not a point in time in your career to try and show off, for God's sakes, man. You know,
Yeah.
it just, it's, I don't know. I not just, yeah, you can go ahead with your number 9. That's my number 9, last chance.
You know what? I'm going to wait until you get to 1 or 2. I hate to be this guy, but I'm not kidding when I tell you I hate all these songs equally, and I don't know them well enough to critique them.
Yeah.
Unlike Scott, I tried before this show to sit down and listen to them, and I literally got 20 seconds in, and then I'd skip forward to the chorus, and I just can't. I mean, I literally, this is like trying to sit down and listen to hip-hop music for me. That's how bad I hate this album. So my 1 and 2 are the only 2 that I could listen to without being put in a bad mood. So when Scott gets up to number 1 or 2, I'll chime in. But from now until then, unless I say he took one of my 1 or 2, just assume I agree with him. I have nothing to add because I don't know these songs.
We'll go with that. We'll go with it. Bro,
yeah.
Because for one thing,
I'll just be lying.
No, because I'm not going to, man. I'm not going to. Like you said, I'm going to be honest, and that's why this is what it is.
I'm saying if I rank them for you, I'd just be picking one, heads or tails. It's not an honest answer for me because they all suck. I just
Yeah, they do, man, and I'm just trying to. That's all, dude. I'm not.
Yeah.
You could put these fucking things in the blender. I sure would love to know what my rankings was on this about 3 or 4 years ago whenever I had my other thing, but I couldn't tell you, and there's no way in hell I'd remember. I do know what was my favorite, and I'm pretty sure it's my favorite now, so nothing's changed. So I'm just going to go with 8, I guess. Back to the Stone Age, and this is a damn song that I've heard so many people fucking praise, and I'm not shitting you. The podcasters, bag of the fuck, are you fucking serious, man? What about this sounds like classic Kiss, dude? Can you tell me?
I
can't figure out anything.
This one's actually ingrained in my brain the little bit I have heard it because it's so fucking corny and cheesy. And that chorus does not fit the verse. It's like it's just a jumbled up song. I don't understand it either. The two that one and Freak. Yeah, that one and Freak have always caught my attention because those are the ones the podcasters love so much. So I figured maybe I'm missing something. No.
This one here goes hand in hand with that one on Sonic Boom. Yes, Nobody's Perfect. Is that right? Is that the one I'm talking about? That they love, right?
Yeah.
Holy shit, bro. Well, okay, to each his own.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say nothing to y'all for loving it. More power to you, dude. Okay.
Yep.
Number 7. Take Me Down Below. Here we go. With Gene and his sexual innuendos or whatever the hell you want to talk about. 70-something years old, we're still talking about Woody. All right. Okay, cool. Whatever, man. If the song was good, I would not be sitting here saying anything about it, dude. Take Me, I love. I don't care how old they are. If they could have pulled off something like that now, I'd be saying, hey, I like it. Because if y'all know me, and I've said it before on here, if the music grabs me, a lot of times I could give a shit if they're talking about having a 12-hooker gangbang with peanut butter all over them. I don't care. I don't. Make some sense, and I'll.
In fairness here, that is Paul and Gene both singing like old pervy men. It's their one of their trade-off songs, going back to the roots of Kiss. So they're both guilty on this one. And you're right. I normally don't care about lyrics either. This is actually my favorite song on the album. I'm just going to spoil it right now, only because of I like
No,
the
don't
groove
spoil.
of it, and I like Paul and Gene's trade off. But normally, like I said, I'm not a lyric guy, but this one is so obvious and corny when they're doing it that you can't help but notice, dude, you're 70 fucking years old. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh my. Okay, here, let's go to number 6. Right. Um. Here we go. This is another one that gets praised. That because I guess it was a single, Hell or Hallelujah. Now,
Fuck.
Hell or Hallelujah. No matter what you do, I'm coming. I mean, I'm going through you. And like I said, it's not really the lyrics, but ain't they ripping off Deep Purple again? Correct? It's, they say they are anyway. But I don't care who they're ripping off. If it's good, I don't give a shit. I don't care. But I never got this song neither, man. And this is supposed to be the song off of the album that torturously they played this on the Monster tour.
Wasn't this
Holy
the one
shit.
where Paul would always introduce it as an instant classic?
Well,
And
yeah,
I'll
this is
say, yeah, I'll say this: it does start off with a guitar riff that would have fit on Rock and Roll Over. You know, like the "Take Me, Mr. Speed" type sound. The verse moves pretty good. It falls off the fucking rails with that chord. Hell or hallelujah. It's just fucking brutal. The chorus is so fucking bad.
I've
Yeah.
gotten, yeah, I'm weak. Okay. Number 5, um, Shout Mercy.
Ugh.
And I was shouting mercy. No shit. I did. God help
Did
me,
you really?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I want to get this over with. Shout mercy. When I was listening to it, I was shouting mercy. And
Wow.
it's not just the titles, and it's not just the lyrics, and it's the music. I can't even relate to on this, guys. I just the production. Holy shit, man. Yeah, I'm not going to say that much for the production of Sonic Boom either, but there were a couple of songs on Sonic Boom that actually did grab me. They didn't shake me, but they
Yeah.
did grab me.
Yeah.
That's why I like it better
Yeah.
than this. Um, but
Absolutely.
I was expecting. I guess I'm so let down by this, dude, that it hurt. I guess
Well, like I said when we talked about this a few episodes ago, this album was so bad it made me appreciate Sonic Boom more. I was so disappointed with Sonic Boom, and after this came out, I like Sonic Boom much better all of a sudden.
Yeah, me too. Especially 3 of those remakes, man. 3 or 4 of them on
Yeah.
that I loved actually better than the original. And you damn sure ain't gonna hear. I ain't heard nobody say that ever.
No, and
They
I'm
shit
with you.
all over
I'm
those
with you.
remakes, dude. I've
Yep.
heard people do nothing but shit on them. So anyway, um, we're to the next one, which is 4, Long Way Down. Was they trying to get religious with heaven and hell on this thing, man? Like,
It
I'm just
seems
trying to
like it,
figure out
doesn't it?
something. Huh?
I mean, you got back to the Stone Age, which could be taken in a biblical way, and you've got Out of This World, which is of course a space thing. But you got The Devil Is Me, you've got Hell and Hallelujah, you've got this freaking Long
Long
Way
way.
Down with his got. I mean,
Shout
yeah,
mercy.
it really seems like, yeah,
I don't know. I just kind of get that. I don't know. So, and I really ain't got much to say about Long Way Down. I don't. It's just forgettable, like the ones I've mentioned already. And, and here we go with number 3. Now, Freak, I've got it this high. Believe it or not. and I don't like it. I don't like how it starts. I don't. Um, I I'm a freak, man. Okay. Um, damn, couldn't you put it in a better song in a better way, maybe, or um, I don't know.
You know, and other bands
All
have
produced.
done this, right?
Huh?
Well, other bands have taken this route. Warrior Soul's got an unbelievable song, I believe from the early 90s called The Losers, right? And the whole thing is here's to the losers, the substance abusers, the rejects, trying to appeal to all the people who feel like they don't fit in. Extreme just did that on their new album too with a song called The Losers as well. I get what he's trying to say, but unlike those two bands who were almost making it a raise your glass and toast, we're okay no matter what they say, he's almost whining about it. And I can't take it.
Yeah. Be glad you're a freak, man. Be glad you've had the
Yeah.
life you've had. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
What people wouldn't do to kill to have been you, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
But okay. Here's the only two songs, we're at number 2, that I can listen to. Now that for me is not saying much. I don't know if I'll ever listen to them again though after tonight. I mean, and happy 4th of July, everybody. You know,
Yeah.
sorry to have been such a downer on the 4th of July with this, man, for us. You know, but anyway, The Devil Is Me. Gene trying to relive his God of Thunder days of the Demon, and which that would be the Demon song on the album, you know. And yeah, you know, they try to kick a little ass with it, man. I mean, in all honesty, let's see if anything will pick up here. Anything.
I heard it at first, but now it's quiet. Just it just sounds like bass.
They're trying. They're trying.
Yeah. I've got to find a way. I've got to find a way to share. I was supposed to be able to share the audio that I keep playing for you, and apparently for some reason you can't hear it. I'll have to re-listen to this and see if it comes on the recording. We got to do something so we can share some music on here.
Yeah, and another thing about this album is it's just God, it's just so fake, guys. You know, I just wish you would have just tried to play now, man. Produce now.
Yeah.
Sound now. Don't try to go back and do rock and roll, or you're going to embarrass yourself. Don't try to do Destroyer and Love Gun over again. You just try to do you. Do what's in. Try to make some songs that actually sound good. You know, it just number one's the Wall of Sound for me.
After this album, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying my number one track is the next one, which is number one for me, The Wall of Sound. The probably only song that ever really related to me on this album that I could. The Devil Is Me is a later version. I didn't care for the first 7-8 years probably this album's been out. And I don't really care for it now, but I do kind of like how they've done it. But the production kills that. I mean, and then Gene, you know, you know, and what he's saying, you know, like I said, I don't even know, you know, other Kiss albums. I can sing along with it. I cannot sing along with this album. I just can't do it. It's so unrememberable to me that I can't even memorize the songs, bro.
Well, my number one, I told you, was Take Me Down Below, and it's not an honor to be number one on this list. It didn't take much. My number 2 would have been one that you put fairly low in All for the Love of Rock and Roll, just because when this came out, I tried and I tried and I tried, And the only two songs I could listen to were those two. And I found that All for the Love of Rock and Roll, whether it's forced or not, does feel almost like just take those old records, Bob Seger-ish type stuff from the olden rock. Yeah. Not that it sounds like that song, but it's that vibe. And so I detach Kiss from the song, and it's actually a pretty decent song. But to touch on this album as a whole, after this album is when Paul started, every interview saying they have no interest in making new music because everybody's just going to want to hear Love Gun anyway. Well, when this is what you're releasing, what the hell do you expect? Now, I understand that you could release songs that you think are better than and no one will love them as much. You can't rewrite history. You cannot duplicate history. But that doesn't mean you stop trying to make great music. I mean, Metallica still's got popular songs that they write new, AC/DC, all this. You can't just say, oh, no one's going to fucking buy it like they did in the 70s, and it's never going to compete with Taylor Swift, so what's the point? Well, what happened to Mr. I Can Do Anything? Mr., don't let anything stand in your way. And he's just such a fraud with his entire message. When he was successful, it was, you can do anything you set your mind to and don't let anybody tell you this and that. And then as soon as you're not on top of the mountain, it's like, oh, what's the point, really? It's the people's fault. They're not going to get it. They're not going to. No, motherfucker, you're not trying. I guarantee you the amount of time it took to write this album was a fraction of anything they've done in the past. That you could tell there was no effort, no time, no thought. Nobody in the fucking studio saying that sucks, that sucks. Paul wanted full control, wanted to produce it, direct it, everything else. So what? No one's pushing back on you. You're going to come up with this garbage and it's going to show. And then you're going to be surprised that nobody fucking likes it. Whatever, man.
Why even put it out? Why even make a 20th studio?
Yeah.
With that attitude.
Yeah. I don't get it. Because you notice, like I said, that attitude about when they asked him about new music with Kiss never surfaced until after this album. Well, after this album, if you're looking at the sales of this album and the popularity of this album with the level of garbage that it is, of course it's not going to measure up to the old stuff. And even if they wrote a great album, it wouldn't measure up sales-wise to the old stuff because record sales are fucking dead. You now got to focus on streams. And how about this? Here's a novel idea. Who gives a fuck what it does? Do it for your fans. Instead of saying, you know what? I don't give a fuck about you because the masses of fucking ham and eggers who are only going to stream one song don't like it. So you could just fucking sit and spend, give me $100 for a ticket, listen to the same 15 songs I've been playing for 40 fucking years. I don't want to hear that they're for the fans. I don't want to hear that you could do anything you set your mind to. It's like Gene and Paul. They always with their Gene especially. Oh, I started this business. Motherfucker, if you wouldn't have been in Kiss, those businesses would have never been a thing. Paul would have never sold a painting anywhere outside of a fucking street fair. They seem to don't understand that lightning strikes rarely twice in the same spot. Right time, right place. Did they work their ass off? Yes. But that doesn't mean everybody who works that hard will achieve that success or success at all. But they've always preached that if you're not lazy, if you just work at it, you could do anything. No, you fucking can't. There are people so talented in this world at whether it's drawing, music, acting, whatever, that never, ever make anything of themselves. And it is not for lack of effort, trying, and desire. It is just more than anything in this world. It's who you know and right place, right fucking time. You think Evan Stanley all of a sudden or Nick Simmons are these unbelievable musicians so that they got fucking record contracts and bands? Fuck no. It's who daddy is. And the music industry is just like the acting industry. It's who you fucking know and who you blow. Period.
And if you've got no heart for something and you're not hungry, see, Kiss ain't been hungry in a long time, man.
No.
Once you reach that success and you ride that success for a long time, man, that's why, in my opinion, those earlier albums were so damn good because they were so damn hungry, man.
Yeah.
They didn't have the fame and glory that they had later on stuff. And this right here, like like you said, man, it just I I was I knew they couldn't make another studio album after this because Paul just can't, and I'm not gonna blame it all on Paul, but his voice, you got to have his voice to make a
Yep.
Kiss album, dude.
Yep.
And it just man, I just, and I hate to say this, and really the reason I'm saying what I'm saying, guys, is because this band that I love so much and have my whole life, it damn just it almost just it pisses me off so bad when I
Yeah.
know what they're capable of and how they could go in there with modern day production and at least make this some bitch sound better. I know they could, but I just it's almost like they won't talk about but Hot in the Shade sounding bad. For fuck's sake, okay, look, I just the sound is just there's something about it, dude. I don't know how to tell you. I don't know how
Oh,
to even explain it, man.
it's
It's
easy. Paul,
every
Paul is not
song
a
on here,
producer.
man.
Paul is
No,
not a producer.
but didn't he produce Animalize?
I think he had a
I
hand in
believe.
it, but I'm sure there were other producers there.
I think on the back of it says produced by him and Gene Simmons. I know Gene didn't have hardly shit to do with it because he
No,
couldn't get
Gene
his
was
hands on
nothing to do
Hollywood
with
at the
that.
time.
Yeah.
But damn, I mean, I thought Animalize was produced
Well,
fucking great. I mean,
if you think about it though, you're going to the hungry thing. And that's why their early stuff was so good. Okay, well then you fast forward to whether you like them or not, and I do, and I think you do. Dynasty, Unmasked, and The Elder. Their sales plummeted. Their name plummeted. Nobody gave a shit, and so they had to spend all their time in Australia. So why was Creatures Lick It Up and Animalize so good? They were hungry again. They had to reestablish themselves, or basically at that time they blew through all their fucking money. None of them, I don't think, were millionaires by the time Creatures hit anymore. Maybe in assets, but not liquid. So they had no
yeah,
choice but to be hungry to reestablish themselves. But I tell you right now, I think that reunion destroyed any creative outlet this band could ever have again, even if all four members stayed in it. They got set so big money wise that there was no pressure on feeding their fucking families anymore. There was no pressure on anything. They were made in the shape.
yeah, and I agree with that too because I'm telling you, man,
I mean, how many
cha-ching,
athletes do you see? How many athletes do you see get that first big concert or contract, and all of a sudden they're half the player they used to be? They don't give a shit
yep,
anymore.
fighters, it's all about that. You're right, man. It's the same thing with them because when they started that 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 6 years of reunion, Psycho Circus, Farewell, dude. They they probably made more money then and in that time and era than they did in the 70s, dude.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I can guarantee it, man.
Yeah. Well, you can see it in the
That
stage
was
production.
the cha-ching, brother.
I
So,
mean, Kiss
yeah,
always. You thought they all thought Alive 2 or what would have been the Love Gun tour stage was so big. It wasn't. It was just a stage with some risers and a drum riser that came up with a curtain on it. It just looked bigger than life on that gatefold. You compare that to Hot in the Shade, fucking Revenge, the big spider, and all these massive video screens on the fucking farewell or the end of the road. Their productions are way bigger now than they ever were, so you know they've got the money.
oh my gosh. This end of the road tour was the most insane pyrotechnic. See,
Yeah,
they had to do this because it's to cover up. Now look, I didn't think about this until I started seeing some videos in their last few tours ending up until the end of till they announced the end of the road. And I heard somebody talking about it that was at the concert. They were reviewing it about their movement and stuff on stage. See, when you've got all them lights and pyro going on, they don't have to show up as much when you've got all this shit going on, man. You see what I'm saying?
It's like the old magician trick. Look at this hand so you don't see what this hand's doing. It's a distraction. Absolutely. It was a distraction. It was to distract away from Paul's voice, distract away from that. Now they're 60 plus years old, was showing up in them, and God bless them. They're right. They ain't Mick Jagger and Joe Perry and Steven Tyler. These fuckers aren't out there in 40 pounds of gear, but it doesn't change the fact that they were definitely not as mobile. I don't think Gene left his side of the stage at the end of the road tour that I saw once. You know, and it is, I'm not faulting them. It's their age. I get it. And the heavy outfits that they have to wear. But make no mistake, like you said, that elaborate, yes, it was to signify this. We're going to give you the biggest Kiss show ever because this is it. I get it. But it also helped camouflage a lot of ugly.
And the uniforms, look.
Oh, they're atrocious.
No problem with the uniforms except Paul's on the last one.
Paul's boots. Dude. What the fuck? Those things must have been like 40 pounds each. It was all this chains and mesh and shit all over his. What the? They looked like big goddamn Bigfoot. I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. They were horrible.
And Gene, at least Gene had enough sense to cover himself with the armor. Paul's wearing a damn V vest. I mean, Paul, we know what you've always looked like, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, we know you're the man. We know all this shit. But you're 70 years old. I don't give a damn if you're shooting fucking steroids, brother.
Yeah, I don't need Farrah Fawcett. I don't need Farrah Fawcett coming out in a bikini at 70 years old. I know she was hot. That was then.
That's it, bro. That's it. I just, you know, but anyway,
Gene,
look.
I don't think he is fooling anybody with the latest cod piece that started at his sternum and went to his knees. I mean, that was the most ridiculous looking cod piece I'd ever seen in my fucking life. And his chest armor come up so high that he could rest his chin on it. I mean, it was bad. It was bad.
He looked like he couldn't even hardly move, you know.
Yeah.
But the only thing I give him credit for is you covered yourself up.
Yeah.
That's it. But you can hang on here after you stop recording, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Okay. All right.
So there's Monster. We're very sorry. We're sorry we had to crap on it. I'm sorry I wasn't really a participant, but just ask yourself this question. If you hate everything equally, how can you rank it? I wouldn't be doing you guys any justice. I'd be phoning it in and just making shit up because honestly, I have never given this album any more than a couple of listens. I can't. There's no way. If I was on a desert island, if this was the only music I had left on a desert island, I'd live the rest of my life without music. That's how bad I think this album is. Yeah.
And guys, everybody that does love it, look, hey, I'm not knocking. We're not knocking you for liking it. Hey, more power to you, bro, because at least somebody does. And that I've got no problem at all with somebody liking this. That's fine. That's okay. Hey, play it till your ears bleed. That's my opinion. That's what I do with the stuff I like. So, but it's just doesn't seem like a Kiss album to me. It's got no heart and soul to me. It's like it's something that I just can't even relate to the Kiss catalog. You know, so that's my opinion on it. Rob, you can take us out.
Mine too. And we'll probably be doing another video here tonight. It will be released, of course, probably a day later. But there's Monster. I promise you that's going to be the only album review that we do that is going to be this big of a train wreck. with this little of knowledge that we can give you or in-depth analysis, because neither one of us just know this album well enough, like Scott said, to even sing the song. I wouldn't know the lyrics if you paid me. So we had to do it. We might as well get it out of the way.
And this is one thing that me and him actually agree on. Pretty much the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right here. You may not see that much, but you're
Yeah.
seeing it now. And it's just our feelings, and I'm being honest, and I am being honest.
All right. Well, there you have it. Monster. And thanks for all watching. And until next time, thanks for watching.